Are you one of those people who is feeling stuck? No matter how hard you work, nothing seems to be working. Well, today is your day. Jay and I will share some practical steps you can take now that will change the trajectory of your destiny. Please join us in this conversation. All right, Jay, what do people need to do if they feel stuck?
Well, goal setting is very important. And there are 5 things one can do to really set goals that are actually attainable.
All right, so what you're saying to us is that if you're feeling stuck, there is a good possibility that you have not done some basic homework,
Exactly.
such as goal setting.
Well, exactly. And I guess there are 5 reasons why you're not achieving that success. So, number one is their goals are too vague.
I think that's the main one,
Yes,
right? People say, I want for example, they say, I want a good life.
right.
But they never define what that good life is.
That's right.
Right?
Or they can say that we want more money in our savings account. But if we
Right.
haven't put that down, then in the most specific numbers, how do you achieve that?
And what you want to use that money for.
And exactly.
Right? That's really, really important. So
That's
let's have
right.
a little conversation about
Sure.
that, because a lot of people want to have more money. I don't know of anyone who doesn't want to
That's
have
right.
more money.
That's right.
Right? And there's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with that. Exactly.
Right? But the problem is that nobody sits down and talks about what do they want to use that money for.
That's true.
Right? Because money in itself doesn't mean anything.
No.
Right? It's what we do with it.
Exactly.
Right? So part of this exercise that you should be doing with your spouse or with your family is to sit down and identify what are some of the things that you would like to do.
That's right.
And then do the math.
Absolutely.
How much money is required for that?
That motivates you to actually achieve that goal. Otherwise, it's not a means to an end.
Okay. What else, Jay?
Well, number 2, you're not quantifying your goals.
That's a very big one.
Right.
Now, not everybody understands what does it mean to quantify your goals.
Well, a common mistake, Molly, is that when it comes to goal setting, is that the goals are not measurable. And what that means is that can you evaluate your goals and measure your progress?
Use the example of fitness. Let's
Exactly.
say somebody is grossly overweight
Absolutely.
and they have to lose, let's say, 50 pounds.
Exactly.
Right? So in order to, anybody can lose even more than 50 pounds. That's not a problem.
Sure.
But the problem, I think, is if they say, okay, in 1 month, I'm going to lose.
Right.
I think that is problematic.
Keep it simple. Let's say you say by December 31st, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. And set a goal to lose, let's just say simple, 1 pound a month. That's attainable. It's also measurable. That means when you look at that scale, you can actually look at the number. You know what it is today. You know what it's going to be a month from now. You know what's going to be a year from now. These are measurable goals.
Right. And when we talk about measurable, we also want to talk about realistic.
Realistic and
Right.
and which goes to my third point.
Okay.
The third point is you're setting unattainable goals.
Right. And when you set unattainable goals, you're setting yourself up for failure.
That's right. See, everybody can say, okay, I want to be the next Bill Gates. Is that attainable? Maybe it is. I mean, I'm not going to say it's no. However, let's just start with something that you feel you can achieve. Let's whether it's a job increase or in a promotion or something that's within the scope. And I'm not saying that exponential growth is not possible. That's there. We're talking in this realm here. We want to get you there to the first step, don't we?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 4, you're setting goals that are irrelevant to your life.
Right.
So it's like, I want to move to New York City, or I want to go live in the Caribbean, especially now. Think about moving, right? Going through a COVID-19 era, shall we say, no matter what month or, we are, in life. But is that goal actually relevant to your life? Achieving that goal may be fun, but if it doesn't move you further down the road on your overall plan, it wasn't really worth it.
Right. So what I'm hearing you say is that many times people adopt other people's goals
Right.
when they're not even a part of their agenda.
That's right.
Right? So they see somebody on social media doing something, so that's not part of their plan, but it seems really, really good. They see lots of pictures, whatever else, and then they adopt those goals. So that's a distraction.
Right, but owning the goals, I like the word adoption. Adoption versus owning, because if you turn around and say, I'm going to go to New York because there are more job opportunities there in my specific field. Now that's different,
That's different.
right?
Right.
I like that. The last point, number 5, last but not least, is that you're not adding a time frame requirement.
Okay. So give us more details on that.
Sure. Is that in order to achieve a goal, there has to be a time frame or a deadline when you want to achieve a certain yardstick or a certain goal by. So let's go back to the simple example of weight loss. So rather than well, it's okay to say I'll lose 10 pounds by December 31st or a year from now, but what you should also have is that in the next 6 months, I will lose X amount of pounds. So now you have a time frame, but or you can even say by July 31st, depending on the time of the year you're in, I want to lose 8 pounds by July 31st. Now you've got a time frame requirement, a measurement to work towards. Otherwise, we're just going with the flow.
Right.
Is that what you want to be? Do you want to be the people that are achieving their goals, living their lives, living their dreams, or just going with the flow?
Right. So what is important is that all of us have been created with tremendous potentials. We've been, after all, think about it, we've been created in the image of God. So we have a great potential in us. And so whatever it is that you want to do, make sure you write down your goals, right? Make sure those goals are congruent with who you are and not what others are doing, right? And what else, Jay?
Well, think about it. I just thought of something else, Molly. Let's make it very personal to you. Most of you are watching. I mean, some of you could have obviously been born in Canada, but many have come as new Canadians at some point, whether it was 5, 10, or 40 years ago. When you applied for your immigration, didn't you have a goal that was measurable? Didn't you say that I'm going to be in Canada by this time? Didn't you say to yourself that I know I'm going to apply for my permanent residence. I'm going to be in Canada. You would ask your agent or lawyer, I'm going to be in Canada in 2.5 years. So now you had a time frame to work with, right? Then you would say to yourself, I'm going to get my medicals within a year from now. Now you've got a deadline, a time frame that you're working with. And for you to apply for immigration to have come how far, I want to just let you know, you've already done that. You've been there. Think about it. You came as an immigrant. If you didn't think you'd qualify, you talked to your consultant, you talked to your lawyer, you wouldn't even apply. That's being a realistic goal. There's a term called SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and with a time frame.
All right. With that, we would like to leave this with you to think about it. And if you'd like to get more information, you know where to contact us. You can reach me if you like at 647-979-3220, or you can contact Jay at
647-273-1119.
Yeah, so remember, success is a journey, right? It's a journey. And so we are enjoying this journey.
Yes.
And we'd like you to enjoy this with us. Share your goals with us, share your challenges with us, and share with us how you are succeeding in your goals. Thank you so much for being here.